love that.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This your boy Real. I'm here with Sophia Stewart, the creator of the Matrix and the Terminator. We're about to get into some really good topics here, and we got an interesting friend here as well, which I've been trying to talk to, but or get to know more about. But that'll be another subject, probably another day, the way things are going. But I got Sophia. I almost called you Miss Sophia Stewart
Oh,
again.
thank God you did
You
not.
know, I got.
Because I'm married, but that's not my married name.
Right.
And I told people I dispense with titles because why use titles? That's not our name. My name is Sophia,
Right.
and I love my name.
Right. So we got Sophia here, Sophia Stewart from the Matrix, the creator of the Matrix, creator of the Terminator,
And the
which
owner.
and the owner, which a lot of people, especially myself, Miss Stewart,
Well, you can say that Stewart is fine.
uh,
Sophia.
Sophia,
Stewart, yeah.
was, those movies were very impactful, and they were very deep, especially the Matrix. And I ain't even gonna lie. Now, when you even look back at the Terminator, and you look at now and you see where AI is going, we all ask like, where did you come up with this?
Well, I'm a prodigy like Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci,
Okay.
or Einstein. They're prodigies. And what a prodigy is, it's a polymath. We like crack codes. You know what I'm talking about? And a lot of people don't know that. Geniuses may be common, but prodigies are rare. We're like mathematicians. Like you take the little girl that's 12 years old, she go get her degree, and then she go work for NASA. But what is she doing for NASA? She's cracking codes, quantum physics,
Right.
calculus, ancient sacred geometry. We're well versed in math, and that's what we co-create with. You look at the architect; he's building the bridge, he's building the buildings, but what is he using? He's using math.
Yeah.
And look at the engineer; he's building the car. The little worker ants and the little worker bees are on the platform there. Then what are they doing? They're putting it together, but the engineer created it with math. Do you see the car with math? And they're on the assembly line putting the puzzles or putting the pieces together, but the engineer is the one that created the car. You see, so all inventors, whether we're in this chair or whatever in here that you see, and we have inventors are well versed in math.
Right.
It's not spells or spelling. That's witchcraft. Or curses or cursive. If you got your butt whipped in school because you didn't learn your spells or your curses or curses, that's witchcraft. But if they kept you away from math, you are never going to be a co-creator. Because if you look around in our world, look at the numbers on your license plates, on your car. Numbers. The address where you live and others, numbers, the month, the calendar, the date, the years, your social security number, your birth certificate, letters, all letters have a quantum of numbers. A is for 1, F is for 5. And look at music. All music notes, or they have quantums, they have numbers.
Right.
All vibrations, all megahertz. Everything, whether you're sitting out a Western Union, or you're tapping, it's all math. You don't think in terms of math? Because we've been taught words.
Right. So I honestly I haven't thought in terms of math, but I know you're absolutely right as far as when it comes to, everything is dealt with numbers. Everything is created with numbers. Everything is created with math practically.
Well, it is created with math because you cannot build anything. I'm talking about the artificial intelligence. We're talking about the machineries. We're talking about a chip. It's all math. You can't create anything with words
No, you can't.
when you are
You can
speaking.
create. I mean, you can incite stuff, but you
look,
can't create.
when we're speaking words, we're actually giving off vibrations. When you pronounce something, it's a sound.
Right.
And that sound is a energy, a frequency.
Right.
It's a vibration. And we mimic the vibrations of sound, and this is how we speak.
So, so, how did, as far as this information that you cracked, what,
Well, I didn't craft it because that's witchcraft.
well,
What I wrote was
I don't mean to place it in that
yeah,
in
but
that manner.
I'm
So I
just showing you.
apologize for that.
No, no,
Right.
no, no. You don't have to apologize. I did that intentionally to show you where words are spells or spells.
Okay.
Words cast spells, but math gives you clarity. Because look, the matrix. And what is the matrix? It's a 7,000-year-old Latin word for the woman's womb, her stargate, to have a baby. You see what I'm talking about?
Okay.
A baby. The matrix is a stargate, a portal to bring babies into this physical domain called the earth. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can only come through the womb of a woman, not out of the ass of a man. So the difference between a man and woman is this matrix womb, the stargate, the portal. She's the only one that can have a baby. She's the only one that can have a feeding tube called an umbilical cord, because you got to have that feeding tube for 9 months or 36 weeks.
So,
because the baby has to be fed.
So what is your opinion on these artificial wombs that they're creating?
Well, you can create artificial children and babies.
Right.
They're called living amoebas, living organisms, but they're seedless and soulless. In other words, they have no seed to come back again and again and again. They're like what you call GMOs.
Right. Genetically modified organics.
That's what they are, GMOs.
That's a great way of
because
putting
when
it.
you have a test tube baby, a petri dish baby, an artificial inseminated babies, a gender bender, or gender manipulated babies, well, they're seedless and soulless because they were created in the laboratory. They're called lab rats. Now, they have a spirit in them of animation, but they don't have a seed, which is a soul, to continue. In other words, they can't birth anything. They can't have any babies because they don't have a seed in them. They don't have a soul. Look, I'm eating a seedless grape. Well, that seedless grape is created through the lab.
Right.
But it can't come back because when I eat it, there's no seed to spit out on the ground. If I'm eating a non-GMO, a living grape with a seed, or an orange or a lemon or an apple, I can spit the seed on the ground. The rain can come, or water can come and wash it down and bury it in the ground, and I got an apple tree. I have an orange tree.
Right.
I have grapes, the vines.
Right.
It's everything that God has created is seedless. I mean, it's seeds with seeds that keeps coming again and again, a seed or soul.
So what do you think they're trying to accomplish then with these artificial wombs?
Well, they're trying to bring artificial people here, or living organisms, and they're machines because they don't have a seed. They don't, they may have a spirit, an animation, animate them, but there is no, they may have transportation, we call the body.
Right.
Because 9 months, this transportation is growing that's going to house the seed, the spirit, if it's an organism, non-GM, this is a GMO. But if it's non-GMO, it's natural, it's going to be three-dimensional. It's going to be blood, water, and spirit, which is the period for a woman. Then the physical body, 9 months or 36 weeks. Then the third body, which is the seed or the soul that attaches at the 12th weeks. Now, God's children are three-dimensional beings because now it's 3D. And so you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's 3D, three-dimensional, it's going to come back again. The woman's going to have a baby, and it's going to come back again and again because she's giving out the seeds. The man is giving out the seeds. He's coming out of the woman. He has a penis. The penis is giving out the seeds.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about. But with a living organism that's made out of the laboratory and it's GMO, it has no seed, it has no soul. This means that at the 11 weeks, a woman can have an abortion up to 11 weeks because it's just blood, water, and spirit at this point. But at the 12th weeks, if you have an abortion, it's killing a living soul. Because if you kill the seed, you're killing the soul.
Got you.
You see what I'm talking about? So that's the difference between a non-GMO and a genetically modified organism. Even the animals or the insects won't eat a seedless grape,
No,
a
they
seedless
won't.
watermelon, a seedless apple. Whatever is seedless, they see it's a monster. But man only see what his mind or his brain is perceived to see.
So, with that being said, then, with them with perceiving, do you think there is a God?
Of course. Because we have seeds.
Right.
Look, you're the God in the laboratory. And what are you creating? Genetic modified organisms. And what are they called? They're called drones. They're called clones. They're called test tube babies, petri dish babies, artificial inseminated babies, gender manipulated babies, gender benders, because you're leaving out different things out of the genetic makeup.
Right.
But when a man and a woman come together naturally, all of God's plans is materialized, three-dimensional. But if man goes and plays God and he's in the laboratory, well, he has created a living organism, but it has nothing to do with God.
So do you think?
It's just like Dr. Frankenstein's movie. When Dr. Frankenstein created the Frankenstein monster, he did organ transplants.
Yeah, he did a lot.
So Shelley Winters.
Even did the
not
first
Winters,
half.
Shelley, what is her name? I can't think of her name now, but she wrote the Frankenstein. Her last name was Shelley.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she wrote
Oh.
the Frankenstein movie. The book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I know who you're talking about. I can't get the last name out.
Yeah, I know
either.
her name is Shelley.
But I know which one you're talking about, and that
Yeah.
actually was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, because she's talking about organ transplants in the 1800s.
Right.
And look, the doctor is creating a man, but he's a living organism, but he's not created by God. He's created in the laboratory, and Dr. Frankenstein has these grave diggers, and they would come and bring warm bodies
Right.
as soon as somebody died, because there was no embalming back in the 1800s, no kind of embalming fluid in the body. You naturally just buried the body, and the body was still warm. He would get the organs from these cadavers before they buried them. He would pay the money, they would bring them. And look at the monster, Dr. Frankenstein monster. He has every organ except for the penis. See, the doctor can give you every organ transplant except for the penis.
Not a functional one.
Well, you can sew the skin on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
You won't get.
that's not a functional penis.
Right.
It's not going to give a seed. It's not going to make any contact. It's not going to fulfill anything, pleasure or anything. It's just there, the skin.
Right.
Because you cannot connect all these thousands of tiny little nerves and tiny little veins and and so forth that's making up the living organism.
Right.
And so this is why the
It
monster
absolutely won't reproduce seed.
Right. And look, he had the lightning rods on his neck, and he waited till electrical storm, a bad one, and then he brought the monster up, and what happened? The electricity, like a flipitator, shock the heart into
Right.
to going.
To get it going.
Right. And animated him, and he's moving around because look, the doctor did a heart transplant, lungs, you see, everything except for the penis. That's very deep, isn't it?
That is deep.
But most people never think about this. They never think about that, So when you cut off the penis, well, that's it. There is no doctor that can create a penis for you or make a woman into a man to give out any seeds because you have to have testosterone running through your body. A woman has estrogen running through her body. And this estrogen hormone is creating the womb. It's creating the umbilical cord to feed that baby. This is what the Matrix is about. God's children versus the machines. And when people think in terms of machines, they think of metal clankety clank.
Right.
That's because H.G. Wells was born in the Iron Age during the 30s or the 40s. I'm born in the digital age. And what do I see a machine as? The Matrix and Terminator. Look at the Terminator. The beginning of the epic story of the Matrix. Past, present, and future time travel. But look at the machine, wrapped in flesh, killed but cannot be killed, looking like a person, but it's a machine. What does he do? They time travel. He hears the oracle's prophecy in the future while he's battling the rebels, God's children, man.
Right.
He's battling and trying to enslave mankind, the machine. He hears the oracle's prophecy that a baby is going to be born that's going to destroy them in the future when he comes. And they know that Sarah Connor is the mother destined to have this baby. So now he has to time travel to the past to kill her so the baby will not be born. And what happens? Kyle Reese, a rebel, fighting the machines to destroy them so they won't enslave mankind, hears the oracle's prophecy also and knows that he has to time travel to save her so that baby can be born.
Right.
So they can win the war. Look, the Matrix. The Matrix Reloaded rebellion. The Matrix Revolution, the war. And then now, the fourth installment and fifth installment, the Matrix Evolution. Because now the machines are evolving into greater weapons, into greater machinery that Neo has to fight with. Now, let's go back to the beginning of the epic story of Terminator. Terminator doesn't make any sense by itself. Matrix is in the future. It doesn't make any sense without the Terminator.
So they're connected?
Epic story. Yeah, they're one epic story.
I didn't know that.
I'm telling you the epic story right now.
Right, yeah. That's why I asked the question. Like, I didn't. Oh.
Yeah, they're one epic story. The Terminator doesn't make any sense without the Matrix, and the Matrix doesn't make any sense without the Terminator. Mm-hmm. Because look, Kyle Reese is time traveling to save Sarah Connor.
Right.
And look, the baby, JC, Jesus Christ, John Connors, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. Neo is an anagram for the one. And who called Jesus the one? But John the Revelator was the only one to call Jesus the one. So look at Neo. Neo is a sneaky way of calling him the one. It's an anagram. N-E-O. It doesn't mean any new. N-E-O, one. O-N-E. Look, N-E-O, O-N-E.
Right.
Neo, one. Neo is backwards for the one.
Okay.
With the alias, also known as Thomas Anderson. An alias because he's hidden out in the Matrix until the war starts. When he reaches 30 years of age, you got to get the book, the Third Eye Matrix and Terminator book. That's where it all began, the Terminator and the Matrix. It all begins in the Third Eye Matrix book. You got to get the book. Three of my books are on Amazon right now. Over 1,000 interviews. I'm sure it's probably close to 10,000, but Amazon is only releasing about over 1,000 reviews, book reviews. But you could see it's one epic story. You see, I'm teaching people that go back now and look at the Terminator first, and look right after that, look at the Matrix 1 and the first Terminator, and it makes sense to you. It's the continuation of the story. Because look, Kyle Reese lands naked without shame, coming out of a burning blue portal. The machine wrapped in flesh, the Terminator. Because look, past, present, and future time travel. Terminator end time revelations. Termination, the end. Terminator.
Right.
He's bringing the end. Matrix, bringing the future. You see what I'm talking about? So now when he comes, he's looking for Sarah Connor, but Kyle Reese is there to protect her. And what happens? Kyle Reese inadvertently falls in love with her, gets her pregnant, and he has to leave and go back to the future. Now it's the Immaculate Conception, this little science fiction story, but with all these biblical overtures. Matrix, 7,000-year Latin word, come out of the King James's Bible, mentioned 5 times in Scripture, 3 times in Exodus, 2 times in Numbers. Google it while I'm talking about all this. Because usually my fans, when they hear my interviews, they're Googling their butts off. And they're like, oh, my God, what she's saying is the truth. Oh, it's here.
Right.
It makes sense to us now. We wondered, what was the Lucy and why didn't it make sense? Because they got my copyrighted script and my copyrighted book, the studios and Hollywood. It was so much in the book, they just divided the franchises, the work into 2 different franchises. And make it look like it's 2 different things going on. But both of them are talking about the artificial intelligence because it's one epic story and it comes back together as one.
So let me ask you this. Where do you think we're going today with artificial intelligence?
Just what I'm saying in the Matrix.
So you think it's going there?
Of course, it's headed that way now.
You think it'll get to that point?
Look at what we got now. We got what is that called? The GPT.
Chat GPT, yeah.
Yeah, Chat GPT. What is it doing? It's writing out programs for people who are lazy, people who don't want to use the Matrix brain that God gave you to create. And what else is going on? We got voice recognition, voice,
right,
where now the machine can sound just like you and I,
yep,
and make a phone call and call somebody and think I'm talking to Brandon,
right,
or you're talking to Sophia. And what else is going on? The machines are just making everybody lazy. Come on. What else is going to be created? I mean, there are chips. Elon Musk is talking about putting chips in the brain. I was talking about that 15 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago. You can even hear my interviews where I said the microchip the size of a pinhead would be put into people in the delicate part of their brains. Anybody can go listen at my old interviews and see that. We know where Elon Musk got that from.
Right.
Because I've been speaking about it, it's in the Matrix. All the stuff that they can talk about or dream or think about is in the books. Now, the people go and look at the movies, but if you knew it was a book that was 200 and some pages, and the movies is only a fraction out of a book, a movie is no more than 1 hour and 36 minutes, no more than 2 hours and 15 minutes out of a book. And it's film. They didn't write anything. When the studios are adapting the copyrighted script and book, they're adapting it into a film. Just like you go and you pick up your Apple iPhone or your phone and start filming your Android,
Right.
whatever. You start filming. That's all it is. You just filming the source work. You didn't create the source work. Lords of the Ring, the late J.R. Tolkien, Lords of the Ring book, Lords of the Ring movie, the Maze book, the Maze movie, the Gravity book, the Gravity movie. You see,
Yeah.
all these phenomenal movies are coming out of copyrighted scripts and copyrighted books by authors who've created that, not Hollywood. When the writers go on strike,
Hollywood shuts down.
so how did Hollywood write The Matrix and Terminator if they can't write anything when the writers go on strike?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All you're going to see is mimicking. You're going to see something over 20 or 30 years ago while the strike is going on. You might see the Chipmunks, Alvin and the Chipmunks. Oh, but you're definitely going to see what is that? The big ape and the two fighting.
Um,
Yes, King
King
Kong
Kong,
and
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
yeah.
Both of them, you're going to see them every time the writers go on strike. Go back and look. Every time King Kong and Godzilla come out, every time. Every time they're fighting in a movie. Am I right or wrong? I mean, everybody knows this.
That's funny. It's like there's no dialogue in those movies.
That's right. All they're doing is giving you a distraction and occupying your space so you won't think about, you're not looking at your favorite shows.
Right.
You're not looking at new stuff. You're just looking at old stuff, old reruns, old repeat, old mimicking. Just like Michael Jackson. Every creator that's here is going to eclipse their work. The only one that can eclipse their work is the creator, not anybody else. All anybody else is going to do is mimic the old Michael Jackson's old work, old movements from 20 or 30 years ago.
Right.
Mimic Prince. They have shows here in Vegas where they're just mimicking. Somebody is portraying them and just mimicking old stuff over and over, rehashing. I'm the creator. I'm the owner. And you're going to get in eclipse. It's going to eclipse. I'm going to have something greater, something new that you've never seen before on the screen. I'm going to speak about something new that you never heard of before. Do you see?
Yeah.
So you're going to keep getting new as long as I'm creating and writing and creating scripts and books. I got 4 books on Matrix and Terminator. Most people have only read probably 2 of the books, if that, or 1 of the books. But look at Matrix 4 Evolution, and it's the 4th and 5th installment of all this incredible stuff that you've never seen on the screen anywhere. No one else can do it but me. Andy and Larry Wachowski's are liars. James Cameron's a liar. Never wrote The Terminator. Never wrote Matrix or Terminator. Have no copyrights. Have no scripts with their names. No trademarks with their names. But they're all in my name. Copyrights, trademarks. Books with the characters, not just the generic word Matrix. Anybody can come out with a Matrix conversions,
Right.
a Matrix Toyota, a Matrix poker. You know what I'm talking about? Matrix insurance. Those are generics. Those are what, like cola. Anybody can come out with a cola, but you can't come out with Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola. Do you see what I'm talking about? RC Cola, Shasta Cola, because they're copyrighted and trademarks. But the word cola is a generic. The word matrix is a generic. So I can give you Matrix with John Wick, but it won't be Neo. It won't be Niobe. It won't be Trinity, but it might be Tiffany, a husband and 2 kids.
Right.
It might be a naked man, but it won't be Morpheus. It won't have the binary codes, the 1 and the 0 raining down. They're fooling you with the actors.
Right.
You're looking at the actors, but you're not looking at the characters.
So I got a question for you then. With you writing the Matrix and the Terminator, and this might seem like a stupid question to
No,
you.
no, no. Go ahead.
But do
They
you
want to
think
hear the hard questions.
do you think the Matrix is real?
I am talking about prophecy. The matrix is real. And what am I doing? I'm unplugging you. The red and the blue pill.
Hmm.
Come on. You take the red pill and see how deep the rabbit hole of truth goes. You take the blue pill like Cypher, lie and kill. Go to sleep, lie and kill for the lie. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? He's eating mush. He's not eating a steak, but he knows it's a lie, but he loves the lie, and he wants, others to continue the lie.
So who do you think is leading this charge for the Matrix to and what it sounds like to enslave everybody?
It's divided. What master are you going to serve? We all have free will. So everyone is either creating the constructs
Hmm.
to plug you in, or they're creating the constructs to unplug you and tell you the truth and bring you out of the matrix and to truth so you can become a co-creator and you can continue the work that's meant to be here. Either someone is going to enslave you, and it's called sex trafficking, free labor, and a lot of other things involved
Right.
in that, or you're going to be free to do what you came here to do with your gifts to help heal, unplug, and establish something wonderful for others.
So you think so you were at the beginning of the Terminator phase and
No, we are in the matrix. We are right now involved in the greatest technology of all time, and it's steadily coming every day. Look at Elon Musk using Tesla's creations and patents as much as he can understand,
right.
because Tesla had a lot of patents that a lot of people can't even interpret it because they're not seers, they're not shamans, they're not oracles. Like the oracle is me. I put myself in my work. My bloodlines are Cherokee and Portuguese, Spaniards, native from the Americas. You see, the land. No birth certificate, because natives don't have birth certificates. Treasury ID numbers, but no birth certificates. Cannot track any native people that are born without any birth. They have midwives. You see what I'm saying? But the other people that get these registered birth certificates, that's a bond. And you can track everybody that's bonded.
Right.
Everybody born with that can be tracked upon the earth through the ley lines, the latitudes, and the longitudes. Just like when Jesus, they were tracking the baby Jesus, they tracked him through the North Star. Once they follow the North Star, they can tell the star leads them, because everybody is born with a star. And that star, if you have a chart, you can track that star to wherever they are living. That star is like a LoJack. Back in the day, we had no compass. We had no clocks, no sundials. We had the stars.
Right.
The people on the ships, we look up at the sky. You're in the woods, and you can't see where to go because all the trees. You look up at the sky, the stars.
Right.
We learned this in school in the planetariums,
Which they ain't teaching too much of that anymore.
because they don't want you to know.
Right.
They want you to be dependent on the machines.
That's that is kind of where we're headed though.
That's right. If you're dependent on something, you become a slave of it.
You do.
You acquire a taste. It's just like eating oysters or clam. If you keep eating them, you're going to like them. You're going to acquire taste. If you're dependent on something, you're going to acquire taste and you're going to want it and need it and keep it going.
Right. And how are you getting people out of this matrix?
You unplug people with the truth. The law says every lie has to bow down to the truth. Now, you can depend on that today, now, here, and forever. You know what I'm saying? That is the law. That is a natural law that's governing. So all you need to do is tell the truth. You want to create? You want to build? You want to be a co-creator? You want to do something here? Then bring forth truth.
So let me ask you, how do you go about unplugging somebody if you have a lot of information, a lot of misinformation that's going on out there?
Well, you seek the truth, because even though the Bible has been added to and taken away from, if you go in there and look at it through the spirit, of the eyes of spirit, you will gain. But if you look at it literally, you have to know certain things, that is past, present, and future time travel. When you look at the Old Testament, that's our past. That's what happened in the past, the history.
Right.
When you look at the New Testament, this is what's going on right here, right now, and it's telling you what's happening. And then when you look at Revelations, that is the future, what one will become, and only God can interpret it. We can only interpret it, so much of it going forward. But we need spirit to give us the intel. But you have to choose which master you're going to serve here. Are you going to serve truth, the red pill? Or are you going to serve the blue pill, the lie? What happens here has nothing to do with others. You make your own heaven and hell by your acts, deeds, and what you speak into existence. You choose. You have free will. God doesn't take your free will. So why would you let man take your free will? It belongs to you. It was given to you to create, to do something. You can either go forward, which is positive,
Right.
or you can go backwards, which is negative. And that's what's the battery, the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant moved the angels off, and it's nothing but a battery. And it has a positive charge, and it has a negative charge. And if you touch it the wrong way, because physical matter and antimatter, which is against matter, blows them apart when they touch. So the laws of God, you must learn. Those are the real laws. What governs the earth, those laws are here now and forever. They will never change. You can depend on them forever. But man's laws, he changes his laws every day, like he changes his mind, like
Right.
he changes his job, like he changes his car, like he changes his wife. Man is ever changing. Just like he changed Wade versus Roe and wants to change it back.
So how do you get somebody to find out, I guess, in a sense, how can I put it, to find out there's so many different religions, and you got so many people who come interpret their religion their own way.
This is all I can tell you about religions. I studied all the religions, a pretty majority of them, even though they were all different. There was only two things that were in common. The two things that I found that was in common and that God spoke of, they brought man to God, and they made man think about God.
Right.
Those were the only two things in common. So they must exist for a reason. And I think it's the two reasons I just told you. It makes man think of God, and it brings man to God. Whether everyone is doing that or not is irrelevant. You're going to have the truth seekers, and you're going to have the liars. There's no way of getting about it. It's positive, negative. They're one. You go in this direction, or you reverse and go in the other direction.
Right.
Or you started out that way, backwards, and then all of a sudden you turn around and you're moving forward and your life is spiraling upwards. And if you go backwards, it's spiraling down. Negative or positive, that's all we're dealing with is energy here.
So what do you say about somebody who don't believe in religion?
They'll be fine. They were doing fine before man created the book.
Right.
The book didn't create man, man created the book. The book didn't come before man, man came before the book.
Right.
The book didn't teach man, man taught the book. So even if religion didn't exist, even if nothing exists, the sun will still come up every day. It's guaranteed. And there's no man to charge for it. There's no man that can put a switch on it. There's no man that can stop it from coming up. Every day it's going to shine on the good or the bad. All the laws, all the wonderful things of the earth, the good and the bad is going to enjoy it. God doesn't say, hey, the sun is only for the good people. The air is only to breathe for the bad people. The water is only good for both. He doesn't say that. Whether you're good or bad, right or wrong, negative or positive, you can still enjoy the laws and the atmosphere of God. So you choose.
So myself, I'm
the red or the blue pill.
Well, my favorite color is red, so I'm gonna go with the red pill.
I'm gonna go with the blood too, because when you cut God's children, they bleed.
They do.
When you cut the machine, if it's metal, clankety clank, it's gonna be black or blue oil coming out of it, or the pen, black and blue ink when you write the contract, or in school your grades, the pencil, the black ink, or blue ink, or red, where it cannot be changed or altered.
See, and the reason why I ask those questions because I don't believe in religion, but I do believe in a higher power.
Well, you don't have to believe in religion.
All
you need to do
always
is
looked at it like it
all
was
you need to
man-made,
do is
so.
believe in God.
Right.
Wait, religion doesn't tell you believe in me. If you believe in me, the religion, you'll believe in God. It doesn't say that.
No.
It says it's talking about God. It said God exists, and God is something you need to find out about, to search for, to think about, to come to.
So
spirituality, metaphysics.
So let me ask you this, because there's things that, like, for example, I've learned. Like, I've read the Bible front to back twice. I was on a state vacation, so I had nothing but time to read it. But I've also read past the Bible, because when I read the Bible, it left me with nothing but questions.
Well, that's because you were interpreting the Bible literally and not spiritually. You have to ask.
Well, during that time, it was spiritual.
Yeah, you thought it was spiritual. Listen, you thought it was spiritual because with spirituality, there is no confusion with God.
No,
confusion come from the evil.
Right, but no, it was spiritual because I had dreams that when I was there that I watched come to reality.
I believe you.
But what I'm saying though, as far as questions, things like this, like for example, the books that are left out of the Bible, like the book of Nephilim,
but the
book of
Bible
Enoch.
tell you when you go in there that this book has been tampered with.
Right.
And what's going to happen to those who omitted out of the Bible and who added into the Bible. Now listen to me. There are things been added by man. There's things that's been omitted by man, taken out by man. It doesn't matter as long as your heart is right and you're pursuing the truth. There's no one perfect here. We all fall short of the glory of God.
Right.
We're all infallible. Whether you believe in God or not believe in God, it doesn't matter. Because look, before there was a Bible, before men had written anything, man was okay. They were living off the land. They were building, creating, eating, happy. Look, the word live, Live, positive. The same word is an anagram backwards for evil, Evil. Live going forward, Evil going backwards. So what is evil? It's merely going backwards from living. If your life is about the sun and its happiness and you're about truth and you're not killing, lying, or stealing or harming anybody and you're creating to help heal and uplift, that's Live. But if you're going and robbing and killing people and stealing and lying and keeping all kinds of negative things going on, wars and tearing down and taking and stealing turf like the animals and having multiple sex with all kinds of, like the animals, they have multiple sex.
Yeah.
All they're interested in is self. What do they want? They want turf. They want to be entertained. They want to have multiple sex. They're not talking about marriage. They're not talking about love. They don't know what love is. It's just on an animal level of survival. Has nothing to do with anyone else. It's a selfish existence. That's why it's called the beast. You choose. You choose where you, if you want to Live or you want to Evil. You either want to go forward or you want to go to backwards. But you have nothing to do with who chooses here. Everyone has free will. If they choose to do evil, that's them. They're the ones that are going to pay for that, not you. If you choose to do good, then you're going to reap what you sow. You're going to get what you give. So will everyone here. Your choice. We're not here like Kanye West has sung to make atheists into believers. You're not here to convince somebody. You're not here to lead somebody or make somebody believe in evil or make somebody believe in, in good, or make somebody believe God exists or make somebody believe God doesn't exist. All of this fighting and warring and all this crazy stuff, you only have a short time to be here. A very short time to be here. So make sure you spend your time wisely because you might not be here tomorrow.
Right.
That's the truth. That's the matrix. That's unplugging.
But what if you're one of those fishermen?
You fish for the truth or you die for the lie.
But what I'm saying is, if you're the fisherman, aren't you going to go out and get other people to...
Well, you can tell people the truth. You can speak your thoughts. But we're not here to force anyone to believe.
No.
We can tell our kids good things, and there are people who tell their children bad things. But we have nothing to do what's going on with free will here. Everyone has a choice to choose good or evil, and it's left up to them. We can speak all the good in the world or all the evil in the world, but people are going to choose which master they want to serve no matter what's going on here. So if you're about serving God and truth, or serving or helping and healing, or you want to change someone's life, then be the man in the mirror and make that change. Look at the man in the mirror and see and become the light, the change that everyone you want to reflect on what you're doing. Be the change. That's all you can be.
So, but what if you're like my brother, for example.
What about your brother?
He likes to, he likes to educate, especially about the holistic healing that he's doing. So what do you say about somebody like that who, they want to go out there and reach people and,
he can be
plug them?
He can be
So,
that. There's a lot of people like that here. There are educators. There's all kind of people who are inventors.
but wouldn't you consider that a, like, well, you're saying we're not we're not here to serve people or not to.
We are here to serve.
Not serve, but force. You know,
We're not here to force
your
anybody.
knowledge on
We're
them.
not here to force anything. But if you're coming to wake people up or to tell people your thoughts, everybody's doing it. Whether it's getting across or not is irrelevant. You see what I'm talking about? If that's something you choose to do, then hey, that's your job. Maybe that's the job you came here to do.
But when you wanted to I mean, when you want that, when you want your message to come across to them,
Your message will either be attained or not.
will be what?
It will be attained or retained or
Right.
not.
Right.
It has nothing
So
to
do you think
do with you forcing anybody
So you think
to believe you. I don't.
you think
force-
it's all about the delivery?
No, it's not about that. It's all about truth.
Well, I mean, of course, the
it's,
truth.
It's all about listen.
But when you look at the society has an issue with delivery. Like,
Right.
and they're not really worried about the message anymore, because they're more concerned about how people are delivering the message to them.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Listen to me. It doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters.
No, listen to me. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Whether somebody believes somebody, whether their delivery is good or bad or indifferent, it doesn't matter. Look, if you came here to make a change here or to invent something, all you need to do is concentrate on that. Now, whether somebody accept what you created, whether somebody's life changed because of it, has nothing to do with that. You came to deliver something pure. You came to do the best work that you came to do and to do whatever you invented. You're not thinking about, hey, I'm going to create this to influence people. I'm going to create this to change people's minds. I'm going to create this to make people follow me. Oh, this is going to make me some big star. I'm going to get all the influence. I'm going to change the world. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. You just come to do what you came to do. How it affects others. Look at the woman and young guy that took prayer out of school. Just like Smokey said, the moment they took prayer out of school, our school went to hell. They start killing in the schools, really bad stuff, fighting the teachers, just killing teachers. A lot of pedophiles are all on the school buses. Now aides are beating up the children, that are autistic. All kinds of really wicked stuff is going on because this woman and this boy decided they wanted to take the prayer out of school. Now, they weren't thinking about, hey, I'm going to influence a lot of people, a lot of bad things are going to happen when I do this. They didn't like it, and so they pushed to have it taken out.
But do you think that could be also because not everybody has the same religion?
It has nothing to do with religion. They didn't probably have no religion at all. They were just atheists.
When prayer was in school, it was all about Catholic and Christianity. Here in the United States.
The way people interpret
I couldn't speak for other countries.
Yeah, no, we can't speak for other countries. But everybody has their own different interpretations of prayer, their own interpretations of God, their own interpretation of what's good or what's evil.
Right, and so that's one of the things that
only thing,
when you look at how society pushed, like how some religions are evil, do you think that also could be why they took prayer out? Because some people would look at like
I don't
Muslims
know why
were bad,
I don't know why they took the prayer out. You have to go and research that.
Right.
Everyone that's listening has to go research that. The only thing that I know for certain is that when prayer was in school, you didn't have all the chaos that's going on now. And anybody can go back and research it and see that it's a fact. Here in the U.S. I'm not talking about any place else.
No, I'm listening.
That's all I can tell you. Chaos came when it was taken out. Obviously, it had been a negative move because nothing but negativity has happened since. And that boy and that woman are dead and gone.
True.
Yeah, so that's the mark they left here. Now, what were their intentions? What were their thoughts? I cannot tell you.
So, what if, let's assume their intention, what was going through their head at the time, their intentions were good, and they left that mark
Well,
on.
there's a lot of people here that have good intentions. The good intentions is paved the way to hell. Good intentions doesn't mean that it's good because you got good intentions,
Right.
or you have bad intentions.
Right.
Doesn't mean that bad is going to take place because you got bad intentions.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's going to occur just because you got bad intentions or bad thoughts, or you have good intentions and good thoughts, and you don't know the difference. That doesn't regulate what happens here.
No. I mean, it's just an intention until it's an act.
That's right. And the act will be determined by history,
Exactly.
whether it's good or evil.
Right.
It'll go down in history. The people will judge the act.
But what about some people who consider those acts, those evil acts, good?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You choose if you're going to serve good or you're going to serve evil. You get to choose. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what others have done. It doesn't matter what they've done on earth and the chaos or the good or the evil or whatever. You have to choose which way you're going to go. Got nothing to do with anybody else. Has nothing to do with what others have done here in the past, whether it's good or evil, or how it's judged or how it's seen. What are you going to do? That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Right.
What others are doing has nothing to do with you. If you want to mimic and follow others, then do it. If you want to be a creative on your own, then do it. It's all left up to you where you go and how you end up here.
So, let me ask you some other stuff real quick, Sophia. What other types of because I know everybody want to ask you, do you have any other kind of like projects that you're working on as far as like things that are similar or to like the Terminator and the Matrix?
That's a franchise. Matrix and Terminator are franchise. Just like Nike is a franchise.
Right.
Apple is a franchise. Samsung is a franchise. You don't go and ask Apple, hey, Apple, what are you going to do after Apple? You got any stuff that's coming later? Apple's going to say to you, hey, I'm going to keep bringing out some new Apple. I'm going to keep bringing out some new Apple inventions, some more of Apple, some incredible stuff. You can buy it or not. Nike says to you, well, I'm going to come out with a new Nike, some other new products or licensing deals of Nike. You can buy it or not. Everybody continue to create when you get to that level of a franchise. And what have I done? I got 4 books on Matrix and Terminator. You haven't even read one. There's a lot of people listening to this interview haven't read one and don't even know there are 4 books where these movies, which are films, come from.
Right.
And what does a creator do? He continues his work. The 4th and 5th installment is already out on Amazon right now. Go to Amazon, Sophia Stewart's books, and buy it. And read it and say, oh my God, oh, look at the 1,000 reviews. Over 1,000 reviews.
So you did continue the franchise.
That's right. That's what I've been doing. I've created so much stuff, new scripts and new products, licensing deals, all kinds of stuff. Matrix Attraction, that can be an exclusive over in Dubai right now, that they can make billions of dollars and bring all kinds of people because there's no one of a kind. Matrix Attraction. Universal Studios, Matrix Attraction. They heard about it. MGM, Matrix Attraction, right here in Vegas, exclusive or franchised out around the world. Come on. You continue your work as long as you're here. It's going to be new Matrix, new Terminator. Terminator T 2024, Annihilation. Come on. New work.
That's why I was asking. I let the people know.
Well, when we're talking, I'm talking to the people, not to you. But you're kind of the ambassador.
I'm the ambassador of it right now.
To ask what they want to know.
Right.
Yeah.
So, So y'all go over ahead and make sure y'all check out on Amazon The Matrix, the fourth and fifth installment, right?
That's right. Matrix Evolution, fourth and fifth installment. Gonna be doing it with Warner Brothers. I'm pretty sure the bankers are ready to go. Can make millions and billions of dollars.
Absolutely, they can. Cause I mean,
No one can write the Matrix or term. I've already continued the work, and people are reading about it. And those who have not read it can go and read it and say, "Wow, Matrix and Terminator. 8 billion people on Earth. Come on, people, wake up, unplug, get it today, get it tomorrow, get it tonight." Amazon never sleeps, never shuts down.
no, it doesn't.
You can get the ebooks off of my website, truthaboutmatrix.com, matrixterminator.com. And I'm going to have to go after, this last question because I've spent a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So one more question and
So my final question is just where can everybody find you at as far as social media wise, and where can they hear more of your work?
well, like I said before, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Nook Press, my website, matrixterminator.com or truthaboutmatrix.com. But you can, all the foreign countries, people go to Amazon right now. Get that book, 8 billion of you out there. All you big Matrix and Terminator fans, you want to see the continuation of the fourth and fifth installment, The Evolution, Matrix Evolution. Get it, read it, contact me. My website, I have the email address. Do not use the phone number, but use the email address.
You on social media?
I'm on all the social media, every last one. I'm X, Twitter's, Instagram, Facebook,
Sophia
TikTok,
Stewart though.
Sophia Stewart. That's right.
Okay.
Sophia Stewart.
Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and follow her, like her.
Yeah,
Y'all make sure
Google
y'all follow,
Sophia.
subscribe to her as well. The other thing, though, Sophia, is it's always a pleasure, talking to you. And the one thing I do want to say is that what you have created has resonated with so many people, and that's why I asked, what more can they see from you? Because as you can see, the Terminator, when they created that movie, it was that was in the 80s, and it's still resonating. I'm still seeing them create video games on it.
Oh yeah, but not. It's garbage. It's not. Listen, it's not the Terminator.
Right.
It's a generic, but it's not the real thing. It's just like somebody bootlegging.
Right.
Some liquor, and you're getting a bootleg of something, or you're getting a counterfeit of something.
But I'm just saying, as
but
far
you're
as
not
what
getting
you
the real.
created has
Yeah.
resonated that great. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, you have changed the world. I've had
Right.
Wesley Snipes, the actor. He met with me, took me out to dinner and everything. And I said, "Why did you want to meet me?" He said, "You don't understand. Your work have changed the world. You have changed the world with that work." And I realized that because it's the message of God. It's unplugging people. And the technology that I'm talking about is 100 years into the future. So no matter how many times they go and read these 4 books, they're layered. Every time you read, you're going to find something new, something great, something that you didn't see before. And the first book is the Third Eye Matrix book. And then, of course, the second book, The Mother of the Matrix. And then Matrix Trivia. And then Matrix Evolution is the continuation of the work. Matrix Evolution. Get it today. And, hey, email me and let me know how you feel about the work.
And the email is Sophia Stewart.
10@yahoo.com. The number 10.
Sophia Stewart 10
10@yahoo.com.
at yahoo.com.
Yeah, the number 10. Sophia Stewart 10@yahoo.com.
Right.
Yes.
So y'all make sure y'all tune into that. And again, it's always great being here with you, Sophia. Like to bring you back on the show whenever you like.
Well, I'm coming back for part 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this
So
will be our 3rd interview because I've interviewed with you before, and I hope you will re-release that.
well, honestly, that it should still be on there, but I think you and James did the interview.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. It was me
Yeah,
and James.
it was you and James.
King James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so we didn't really get the official first one like this one. So I honestly I kind of prefer this. I kind of refer this one as the first interview that we've had.
Okay, well then we'll do this as number 1, and I'll come back for part 2.
And we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
But again, y'all make sure y'all tune in with Sophia Stewart, and y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to Club P.O.L.O. Your boy Real One, we out.